whether it's out and about in the community, no matter where I go, people's number one question is, how much CBD should I take? Hey, Chad Curran here, High Peaks Hemp. Welcome to the second episode of Your CBD Show, where we discuss your questions about CBD. The number one question that I get, no matter where I am, whether it's in a hemp CBD store, whether it's out in public, or even chatting with a hemp farmer, the number one question I get all the time is, how much CBD should I be taking? There are lots of variables, so we're going to discuss the variables, we're going to discuss the types of CBD, and potentially how much CBD you should take depending on what ails you, whether you're taking it to help you with something or simply general health. But first, the FDA does make us state that hemp is not designed, or CBD and hemp is not designed to treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any disease. Also, in following the pandemic, and in lots of conversation about testing medicines, I've come to understand that without randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials, all of this is anecdotal. So it's your experience, it's my experience. There has only really been one randomized, double-blind clinical trial for CBD, and that's for Epidiolex. And that is for children with seizures and is a prescription medication. So there we have some actual, real, bona fide science. Everything else is coming. If you go to the NIH, National Institute of Health website, you can see that they are studying CBD for all kinds of things. Chronic pain, anti-inflammation or anti-inflammatory, digestive issues, anti-anxiety, tension relief, anti-depression, antipsychotic, anti-tumor. There are lots and lots of things being studied, but the final results are not in. So let's have a logical, honest conversation about where we are and how that relates to how much CBD you should be taking if you, by yourself or in concert with your doctor, decide that CBD is right for you. Now, there's a lot of fake stuff out there. The CBD market is new. There are plenty of scammers. There are plenty of people who may not even know what they're talking about. So let's get rid of some of the noise surrounding CBD first. First of all, CBD oil is not the same as hemp oil. I love hemp oil, but it is like olive oil. It is a cold oil. It derives from the seeds, and it does not have any CBD in it. It is very much like olive oil. It's a cooking oil. It's fantastically delicious. If you want to make salad dressings, hemp oil is great. There are omega fats. It's very good for you. I personally love it, but it's not CBD. So if you are on Amazon or one of the major sites and you see something for sale that says simply hemp oil, it doesn't matter how many milligrams they claim is in it, it is not CBD. Hemp extract is often what they call hemp oil. So it really needs to say CBD oil for it to be CBD oil. You should always get a COA, a certificate of analysis that's done by a third-party lab. When we harvest plants, our plants go for a COA. When we make a product, our product goes for a COA. So if it has CBD oil in it, it has a COA that you can see. If something says 50,000 milligrams of hemp oil and there's no COA, you're just buying expensive olive oil-like substance. And it's delicious, and it may not be overly expensive, but it's not what you think if you're trying to get CBD oil. Always look for the COA. Now, no matter what you're doing, no matter what ailment you have, no matter how you feel, no matter what you're taking CBD for, it's important to understand that there are 120 or so cannabinoids in the CBD plant. CBD is one of those cannabinoids, and we have in our body an endocannabinoid system, and small amounts of CBD oil can trigger or encourage the body to produce more natural cannabinoids in your endocannabinoid system. So a little bit can potentially go a long way. I am a start small, see what happens, go from there kind of guy. So when you first start, the best thing to do, no matter what you are thinking you may derive from CBD, is to start small, a little bit. If you have cannabis experience, if you're a cannabis user, your tolerance for CBD may be significantly higher. You may need more than somebody who has never consumed cannabis. So depending on your experience level, a very small amount of CBD may be the right place for you to start. And if you've never had any, I always say start small. The other thing is that CBD provides a cumulative effect. So the what you derive from it the first day will be less than what you will derive from it after you've taken CBD regularly for several days, a week, a month, a year. So start small, see how you feel, see how it helps you, and you can determine your own dosage as we go through this process. If you have pain, you may need more than if you have low-level anxiety. If you have depression, you may need more than if you have low-level anxiety. So there's lots of reasons that people take CBD, and all of those are valid, but they all need something different. Epidiolex, the one prescription medication that is CBD, is 100 milligrams per milliliter. Most people suggest starting with about 10 milligrams or 20 milligrams and ramp up a little tiny bit for a week so that you get up to perhaps 25 milligrams. Don't start with a huge number. Start low, take a little bit, see how you feel. The other thing is it's probably better to take small amounts more frequently than a large amount all at once. And perhaps the easiest way to explain this or understand this is vitamin C. If you have a cold and you're not feeling well and you take 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, your body may be able to process 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C because your body needs it. If you are healthy and simply taking CBD or taking vitamin C as a supplement and you take 1,000 milligrams all at once, your body can't process it all, and it is eliminated from your body in your waste stream. So CBD appears to be that way as well. Your body can only take so much at a time, and anything above and beyond that amount is simply eliminated through the body, and that may be putting extra pressure on your liver or on your body in other ways. So it's smart to start small, see what your body can handle, and build from there if need be. So we've talked about hemp oil and hemp extract and CBD oil and how they're different things. There are also different types of CBD product. There are full spectrum CBD products that have all the cannabinoids, including trace amounts of THC, the cannabinoid found in marijuana that makes people high. So it's less than 0.3% in all hemp and hemp products, but there is some trace amount of THC and all the other cannabinoids. That's full spectrum CBD. In a broad spectrum CBD, you have all the cannabinoids except THC, which has been chemically removed, And in CBD isolate, you have simply CBD. No other cannabinoids, that's it. The Epidiolex is simply CBD. And so as an anti-seizure medicine, they found in randomized double-blind placebo-controlled clinical trials that 100 milligrams of CBD isolate was able to help children control seizures. What does that mean for you? Well, if you're taking a full spectrum, you're getting all the cannabinoids, all the terpenes, everything is there as nature intended. All our products at High Peaks Hemp are full spectrum, contain the whole gamut of cannabinoids, including trace amounts of THC. Next down the list is your broad spectrum, everything but THC, and I believe that is second most effective, and then CBD isolate perhaps last in its effectiveness. So, if you're taking full spectrum, you may need less than if you're taking CBD isolate. If you're taking broad spectrum, you may need less than if you're taking CBD isolate. If you're taking CBD isolate, therefore, you may need more. So start small, take a little bit, and let's do this scientifically. Write down, how much did you take? How did you feel? How did you feel beforehand? How do you feel afterward? Keep some notes for a week or 2 or a month, and that will help you and the rest of us determine how much CBD you really should be taking. Now we know a couple of other things. Low doses of CBD seem to provide people with energy, where higher doses of CBD tend to calm people down. So for relieving anxiety, tension, depression, those things you may need a little bit more than if you simply want a wellness dose of CBD. So, choose a full spectrum product, a broad spectrum product, or an isolate based on what you think is right for you. I would always suggest starting with a full spectrum if you can find it. If that's available to you, broad spectrum appears to be the best. There is some interaction of all the cannabinoids and the terpenes that provides health benefit. So try full spectrum, then broad, then CBD isolate as your option. Start small, 10 milligrams, 15 milligrams, track it, see how you do, see how you feel. The other option or the other thing to consider is whether you're ingesting CBD or whether you're applying CBD topically. We make a topical pain spray here at High Peaks Hemp. A couple of squirts on your pain spot, rub it in, and the pain goes away. And it needs very little of the full spectrum CBD in order to make that happen. So whether it's a sore knee or a tennis elbow or whatever it is, if it's a bone spur, it's completely different. But if it's a simple muscle or joint pain, a little bit sprayed on topically seems to work incredibly well. If you were to ingest full spectrum, you would need more than just a couple of drops as it works its way through your entire system and is processed by the endocannabinoid system. Remember, a little bit can encourage the body and the endocannabinoid system to produce its own cannabinoids. Our bodies can produce these substances, so a little bit can help the body work more efficiently. So how much CBD does it take to fix your ailment is, well, not a matter of science. It's a matter that is up to you, your pharmacist, your doctor. Think about it, start small, see how it helps you, and stagger up gradually. Remember, every day is important. Mark down what worked, how you felt after it, and this will help you to determine how much you need. But a good dosage to start with would be approximately 10 to 25 milligrams for your first dose. Stay at that for approximately a week, and then expand. If you want to expand by 10 milligrams every day or 25 milligrams every day until you find your personal sweet spot. CBD has tons and tons and tons of benefits. We don't fully understand all of them right now, but we are learning. This, I hope, was helpful to you. If you have a question about CBD, contact YourCBDShow and we could answer your question on a future episode. My name is Chad, High Peaks Hemp, your CBD show.